Did you know my soundboard can do this? I can also hold down the buttons for it to keep playing. So, for those who don't know, I stream and I have made my own soundboard because all the other soundboard sucks. And I've actually made a video about this soundboard before, but nobody watched it, unfortunately. So, since that last video, I've actually added some features to the soundboard. And one of them is this dialogue. I just think it's awesome. I can also do sense. And Gaster, I have that set up. The other feature is called waveforms, but I'll get to that later. I will get the important stuff out there first. My soundboard is now cross-platform. Yippee! I felt like the features are now weird enough that it's worth it for me to make this available for all major platforms. Mac maybe? I don't know, I never tested it. Oh yeah, I haven't even mentioned what the name of this soundboard is called. It's called CLS. It stands for Command Line Soundboard because you open it in the command line. Like this. Ta-da! Minimal GUI. No library. It's like 4 megabytes, I think. I don't know if you care about that, but I do. Anyway, this soundboard is actually inspired by another soundboard called Soundboard, which has the GUI and runs on Electron, which is very bloated. But we're not talking about that. That program, unfortunately, well, they say they're in a rewrite, but its last update was like 2022. So I just made my own because I can't wait. Because it doesn't support Wayland, which is what I'm using here. The display backend on Linux. This is a tab. You can add a new folder to this tab. And then it will display all the files that can be played. So like, for example, if I just click this call notification, you hear the pop pop. This part is like directly copied from Soundboard. But then in version 2, I added a new feature called waveforms. If you press W, you open a wave menu. Now I already have a bunch of it here. Well, the first one I added was like censor, you know, when you say and you beep them. This also can be played for as long as you want to. If I hold down the left button on my pedal and I press slash, it plays for as long as I press it. I also added a bunch of piano keys that I can just play music on my keyboard. Like, each of these waveforms can also be a combined wave. For example, I think I have a... So if I press the phone number 0... Actually, it's broken. Oh my god. Alright, let me hotfix this real quick. Be right back. Alright, I fixed it. It should work now. Yeah! Once again, you can press this as long as you want to. So for example, phone 0. I may as well teach you how to use this soundboard. When you first launch the soundboard, you will be able to select each block like volume, tabs, and file. Press enter on a block to start modifying inside a block, so like the sync volume. Not press Ctrl to turn it up by 1% at a time. Press Ctrl to turn it down by 5% at a time. You can also change the volume of a file itself. This can also go above 100%. In fact, it goes to infinity. I'm not capping it because it's funny. Imagine you just play this and explode your ears. Actually, you can see the keybind from pressing question mark. This will tell you all the keybinds. So the root keybind means the keybind before you go into a block. And then there's volume keybind, tabs keybind, file keybind, settings keybind, waveform keybind. Waveform keybind actually works the same as dialog. I forgot to add that. Whatever. And then for the tabs tab, that's a weird thing to say. I'm just gonna use block. Tabs block. So press A to add a tab. Press D to delete. Let me delete. Delete my good playlist. It'll ask you to delete, and press Y. It's gone. And then in the files tab, you can press enter, and then you scroll up and down using your arrow keys, and then just press enter to play it. You can press slash to play a random file. Again, for any help, just go with the question mark block. You can refresh, set global keybind. This is quite important. Setting global keybind, so you can press the keybind instead of enter to play the sound. So for example, I bind my Discord notification to F1. That was not from the enter, but I can't really show you that. And then there's also file ID. You can actually play a sound by its ID from an external source. So for example, CLS play ID, let's say 1. 1 is Discord notification. There you go. Like that. You can press W to toggle the waveform. And waveform is generally the same. For volume, it's generally the same. Tabs doesn't really matter for waveform. I'm just lazy to change it. So to add a waveform, you press A. And then you have this editor. You can add or delete a wave on the wave list. So by default, we have a sine 1000 Hz here. Let's add one by pressing A. And then we can change this one. You can also change the type. It can be a square wave. I want that to delete this one. Let's do square wave 440, which is the standard A frequency. And you can change the amplitude. Let's make it not too loud. And change the phase. Phase is just the waveform's phase. If you know your waveforms, then you know what I'm saying. Alright. Press enter, save it. And then you can now play this. It's still really loud. I'm gonna turn it down to 0.5. Alright, and then if you want to delete it, press D. It'll ask you to delete. Yes. Like that. Alright. Press Q to leave the block, by the way, I didn't mention that. And then for dialog, you press T. And you open a dialog menu. I actually didn't show you EGAD, this one is fun. Alright, once again, the keybinds are the same for dialog and waveform. You press A to add a new dialog, and you have to add a list of files. So let's do sans again. I forgot where it is. I think it's sans there. Alright, so now we added the sans noise to our control. We can change the delay between each time this file plays. So like, let's do 0.05, because why not? I will show you this first. There's another extra feature here. So there, you get sans talking. Press E to edit it, by the way. And you can change it to sequential by pressing S. Which sequential means that the next audio file will only play if the last one finished playing. So it should be considerably slower. Like that. There's also a settings menu. You can set a global stop key, which stops the currently playing file. So for example, I want to play Joe 7 Granddad. Granddad! And then if I press my Windows key for C, it stops. And loop back. This is only working on Linux though. This loops back the Soundboard sound to a different sync. Because on Linux, if you don't know, your Windows user who need to use like, I don't know, Voice Banana or something, we don't need that. It's built into Pulse Audio to create a virtual sync. You don't need to pay money for that. So switch to Linux today, I guess. That's also playlist mode. This just means the files will only play after the previous one has been played. I can actually show you that even. I spam it like 9 times and it plays very slowly. So fast scan will scan the directory. It will pick up valid audio files using the extension. If it's turned off, it will like read the file a little bit, read the header. But yeah, that's basically it for CLS. I hope you find this awesome. I hope you use it actually. It's very simple to use, honestly. The only problem that I see may drive people off is it being completely keyboard based. You cannot use the mouse doesn't do anything here. I think it has grown to be quite a unique program at this point. To leave the program, you press Q, and you confirm quit. There you go. Alright, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a good day, good luck, and goodbye.